Good morning, students. Today our second topic in chapter planning is importance of planning. As we know, this is the first function of management, and in this every manager has to make a plan for the future, and if this plan is not good according to the situations, then all efforts will be converted into the failure. So we can understand how much planning is important, and we can go through the importance of planning by following these points. The first point is planning provide directions. As we know, in planning we will decide in advance what to do. When everyone know that what they have to do, there will be no confusion. The same thing is happened by the planning. Under the process of planning, the objectives of the organizations are defined in simple and clear words. So all the employees get a direction, and all their efforts are focused towards a particular end. So there will be no confusion. Everyone know what is expected from them because some work is assigned to them in advance. Second, planning reduce risk of uncertainty, because in planning we prepare the plan for future by keeping in mind the future, what may be happen in future, what may be hurdles, what may be positive symbols, what may be the threats, what may be the strength for us. So by keeping in mind the future, we are making the plans. That's why planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. With the help of planning, possible changes in futures are anticipated and various activities are planned in the best possible way. In this way, the risk of future uncertainties can be minimized. They are saying कि हम प्लान करते हुए फ्यूचर में आने वाली रुकावटों के बारे में पहले से सोचते हैं और उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए फ्यूचर के लिए प्लान बनाते हैं. तो अगर फ्यूचर में चेंजेस आते हैं तो फ्यूचर में अगर कोई चेंजेस आते हैं तो उसको हम आसानी से फेस कर सकते हैं. Now third is planning reduce overlapping and wasteful activities, because we have earlier studied that in planning the work is divided in advance to the person and every work is assigned to persons. So one work will be given to only one person. There will be no duplication of the work and no work will be overlapped, no work will be missed. So under plannings, future activities are planned in order to achieve objectives. So this puts an end to disorder and suspicions. In such a way, coordination is established among different activities and departments. It puts an end to overlapping and wasteful activities. So in this way, because in a systematic way, the list of the activities are prepared. By thinking in advance, we have to prepare the list of activities, and one by one, all work will be given to the one person. Now fourth is planning promote innovation, innovative ideas, because it is clear that planning selects the best alternatives out of many available. Because in this before starting the plan, every manager has to find out the best method. There may be many methods and we have to by making a comparison we have to select the best one. So that's why we will try to find out the better one. We will think about to find out the new easiest way to perform the task. So that will give the innovations. All the alternatives don't come to the managers on their own, but they have to be discovered. While making such an efforts of discovering, many new ideas emerge and they are studied intensively in order to determine the best out of them. So planning facilitates decision making also, because in planning there may be different alternatives and the manager has to select the best one alternative. So they have to take the decisions immediately. So under this, a variety of alternatives are discovered and the best alternative is chosen. It also lays down the criteria for evaluating course of action. In this way, planning facilitates decision makings. Now sixth is planning establishes standards for controlling. Controlling is the last function of management. In controlling, every manager has to compare they have achieved the target or not. Like if you, this is the beginning of 12th, if you set your target that you want to get the 60% marks, but that will be only after a final exam. But in order to get this final target, you will prepare yourself by small steps. You will prepare a plan like after every chapter you will take your test, and in every chapter test you will get the 60% marks, and after giving the test and getting the marks, you will compare you secure the 60% marks or not. When you are comparing your target, that is called controlling. Your controlling is possible only when the target is set, and target is set in the planning. So if there is no planning, there will be no possibility of the controlling. So that's why we are saying the sixth way, planning establish standards for the controlling. By determining the objectives of the organization through planning, all the peoples working in the organizations uh, under controlling, at the time of completing the work, the actual work done is compared with the standard work, and the deviations are found out, and if the work has not been done as desired, the person concerned is held responsible. So all these efforts, comparison, and then finding out the causes and find out the person who is responsible, all these controlling functions is possible only when standard is fixed. If there is no standard, with whom we have to compare? So all these are the importance of planning, क्योंकि हम फ्यूचर को पहले से प्लान कर रहे हैं, फ्यूचर के हर्डल्स को सोच रहे हैं, फ्यूचर की स्ट्रेंथ्स को सोच रहे हैं, और सबको प्लान वे में एक्टिविटीज़ असाइन कर रहे हैं, सबकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फिक्स हो रही है, और उस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को हम चेक कर रहे हैं कि इसने उस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को कंप्लीट किया या नहीं किया. ये सारे हमें जो बेनिफिट्स मिल सकते हैं उसे प्लानिंग से मिल सकते हैं. सो ऑल दीज आर द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ प्लानिंग.